of who you're going to be talking to tomorrow. So we're going to do a fast exercise so you guys understand it, because the language you use when you meet these people tomorrow is really important. They want to know that you've educated yourself on who they are and what they do, so you don't get in front of them and say the wrong thing like, I hope that you represent me, when they're actually a director or a producer. Directors or producers don't represent people. Agents and managers do. So we're going to do a quick exercise. Okay, you are going to be my producer, okay? What's your name?
Sabrina.
No, it's not. It's producer. So when I touch you like this, you're going to say producer, and you're going to do some sort of like money thing, like pretend you're holding money, or like fanning yourself with money, or like counting money, or some sort of action with the word producer when I touch you. Ready?
Producer.
Yeah, there's the money. Yeah, like that dancer, the girl who threw it. It was great. Okay, you're going to be my network, okay? So come over here. You're first in line. Now, networks are the big evil corporate conglomerations in the skyscraper with like lightning and thunder, and there's evil people in the towers, and they do evil things. So when I touch you, you're going to say network, and you're going to do something evil like mwahaha, network, or, you know, some sort of evil business thing. Ready? Ready? Here we go.
Network.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's really scary. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, network, and we've got producer, right? Okay, you are the casting director. So casting directors, they're kind of like making casting choices to go in their movies, their frames. They're like, you know, just some sort of like casting ambiguous. Yes, that thing that you can do because you have two hands free. Ready? So I'm going to touch you, and you're going to say casting director, and you're going to do your casting director thing. Ready? And
casting director.
yes, yes, good, excellent. Okay, you are my agent, Maya. How are you? Good, okay. So agents, what agents do, they're on the phone all the time. Maybe they have like a little Bluetooth headpiece thing, and they're on their computers, and they're typing, and they're texting, and they're on their phone all the time. So when I touch you, you're going to say agent, and you're going to do some sort of technology thing. Are you ready?
Agent.
Yeah, exact. That, she got it. She got it. All right, so stand right there. Okay, you are a manager. So what managers do, managers deal with the image. So like if someone's trying to decide whether to wear shoes, like the purple shoes, the green shoes, the manager's like, manager, the green one. Exactly, right. Ready? Okay, so manager, here we go, practice. Ready?
Manager.
Exactly, a manager. All right, so now we've got the talent. For this purpose, we're just actor, but fill in the blank in your mind of model or singer or dancer or whatever, and this is the actor part. So for acting, you know, we'll just do some sort of like dramatic Shakespearean arm thing in that direction so we don't hit the manager in the face. Ready? Okay, actor, ready? 1, 2, 3. Actor. Actor, very good. Okay, so you guys are gonna be helping give me answers at this point, okay? So we're gonna do a little scenario for you, starting with the network. Okay, ready? So, once upon a time in America, there was an evil
network.
Yes, and this evil
network
decided to have a new show. And network is something like CBS or ABC or Disney or ESPN or Fox or something like that. And the big towers where faceless people in suits make decisions. And so this particular
network
decides they need a new show on their channel, and the show is going to be called Bob the Builder. That already exists. How about Bob Bob? Okay. Bob the basketball player. That's what it's gonna be. So this evil
network
decides to do Bob the basketball player, and so they're gonna be casting the show. So they hire a
producer.
Yeah, and this producer either has money or knows how to get money, or they know people that know how to get money. So this
producer
and this
network
work together, and they brainstorm about Bob the basketball player, okay. And they together talk about their goals and what kind of cast they want, and they hire a
Casting director.
Right, so these three people get in a big meeting somewhere really important, and it's a very expensive Diet Cokes, and they talk about Bob the Builder and how many people are going to be series regulars on the show. It could be 4 people, it could be 10 people. These are the main actors who are going to be your main family or the main basketball team or maybe the coach, and 3 players are series regulars, and then Bob's mom and dad are series regulars or something like that. So this
Producer.
has hired a,
Casting director.
now the,
Casting director.
type something up called a breakdown, and they might talk about this tomorrow. They might say, I have a breakdown for you, and I want you to take this breakdown home and learn the lines. A breakdown is a
Casting director.
breaking down each part in the show or in the play and describing it. For example, Bob, age 12 to 14, must be able to play basketball and like dogs. That's the breakdown for this particular show. I'm sorry, did I step on your foot? Okay, so this,
Casting director.
he has typed up this breakdown and put it on the internet, the information superhighway. Now this great
Agent.
Humpty-Dumpty-Dum in their office, blah-de-blah-de-blah, I'm being a,
Agent.
and she's looking online and she sees, bing, this casting director,
Casting director.
sorry, has just submitted this breakdown online and has said that these new 5 roles are being cast for this show. Now this
Agent.
looks to see that they are casting the part of Susan, the love interest for Bob, as a main character, okay? So this
Agent.
says, oh, I have a client named Priscilla, and she is exactly 12 to 14, and I happen to know that she loves basketball and she loves boys, so she'd be really great for this part. So she,
Agent.
that she types up a little email and she sends it off as a submission to this.
Casting director.
And the casting director,
Again?
sorry, okay, this particular casting director looks at the email along with 3,000 other submissions in Los Angeles and in New York and in Ohio and in Oklahoma, and everyone who can see the internet has submitted a client for this particular role of Susan, I think her name was, right? Yeah, Susan. Oh, no, Priscilla is her client. Susan is the role, okay? So,
The casting director.
looks at all these submissions and he says, you know what? I'm going to pick 30 people because I have time to see 30 people tomorrow at my office in person, and I have time to watch 10 videos. So I'm going to pick 30 people who can actually come into my office in Los Angeles, and I'm going to pick 10 people to let them send in a video submission for the role. So this
Casting director.
looks at the information in the email. He's picked Priscilla. That's great news. So this
Casting director.
happens to call this,
Agent.
and he says, okay, I need Priscilla. I need to be here at my office 3 o'clock tomorrow. I need her to learn these lines, and she needs to wear this color shoe because in this particular role, Susan loves the color pink. So make sure Priscilla wears pink and talks about both at some point. So the
Agent.
he's very busy on the phone, of course, because he's taking phone calls and doing submissions all day long. So he calls the
Manager.
for this particular actor, Priscilla, and the
Manager.
takes down all the details. Okay, she needs to bring quarters because it's going to be metered parking. She needs to bring her mom because she's not over 18. And he gets all the details. This particular
Manager.
is really good about knowing the details. So the
Manager.
then calls the talent. This particular actor named Priscilla gets the audition. Yay! Okay, so the hard part's over, right? We got the audition. The audition, she was a babysitter, and she was wanting to be a actor. But, you know, it's kind of hard to get auditions sometimes. So, yay, she gets to go to this audition. So she, as an actor, memorizes all of her lines, right, and does what you know, the talent is supposed to do. So she shows up on Tuesday, the day of the audition at 3 o'clock, and she does her thing, and it's great. And this
Casting director.
taped the whole audition. It was either on video or in person. She happened to be there, so she went in person. And this
Casting director.
showed it to the
Producer.
And between the two of them, they decided who would go to a callback. And at the callback were all the
Producer.
all of them, yeah. There's maybe like 10 in the room. And this callback had maybe 5 of the 30 people plus the 10 videos. So they've narrowed it down to 5. The
Producer.
saw everybody, and they played basketball, and they wore pink, and they were great, and they swooned. And then the
Network.
watched the final 5, and they made their decision, and they were very evil, and they schemed together, and the
Network.
talked to the
Producer.
and at this point the
Casting director.
really doesn't have any power because now it's in over here in the power cloud. And what they decided was that Bob doesn't actually need a girlfriend. He needs a best friend that's a dude, which is really disappointing because, gosh, all the way down this line, we finally got to her. She was just babysitting, and then she got a call, and the next day she went, and then she went to a callback, then she went to a producer session, then she went and she met the network, and then they decided they wanted a dude. After all that, oh, poor Susan Priscilla. Yay, give him a hand. Good job. Can you find your way back? Can you lead them? Can you lead everybody? Lead the way? All right, so here's my point. It's out of your hands, all right? Your job as the talent is to be good. Your job as the talent is to be excellent at what you do, to show up on time, to follow directions. Do you get that it had nothing to do with whether or not, what's her name? Is it Priscilla or is it Susan? Priscilla. It had nothing to do with whether Priscilla was talented or not. It was out of her control whether or not they were looking for a boy or a girl, whether or not they needed a redhead, because Bob happened to be blonde, so they couldn't have 2 blondes as lead characters. These are the things that they think about. I just tested for a network pilot, and I didn't get it because they offered the role of the mother to Jenny Garth. And I happened to look just like Jenny Garth, which is great, but the daughter had to be adopted. They're like, dude, you really don't look adopted. So they let me go. I have no control over the fact that I look exactly like Jenny Garth. It's out of my hands. So my job is just to be good all the time. You have no idea what these people are looking for. They have bosses. Okay, these people have people over them. They have either the casting directors that will post breakdowns telling them what they need. If they're a producer, they have a network telling them what they need. If they're a director, they were hired by a whole crew of people telling them what they need. So they might be here scouting for people over 18. That's out of your hands. They might be here scouting for people who are pasty white and you're African American. They might be here only casting African American athletes and you're pasty white 3-year-old girl. Like, it's out of your control. You are who you are. You have the skills you have. You're born with how you look, and you have no idea what their list is of what you're looking for. So please don't take it personally no matter what happens tomorrow. Here's the thing. You came a really long way to get here, and I will punch you in the face if you spend tomorrow crying in the bathroom. I'm not joking. We're